Becoming an industry leader is easier than you think. Unfortunately, it doesn't have anything to do with being the best. I've tried that route. It doesn't work. But you have to be pretty good. You have to be just good enough to convince your prospects that you know more than they do. It's a very low bar, isn't it, to be pretty good? You just have to know 10% more than they do. And you don't even have to appear like the best to your competition because your competition isn't paying the bills. The same way that you look at your competition that might be an industry leader and you're like, I'm way better than they are. And you're like, why are they on top? It's because of positioning. And what is positioning? Positioning is simple. Positioning is just putting yourself in the position to capitalize on pattern recognition. And let's break that down for you. The basis of all intelligence is pattern recognition. When you think of anything that you have a lot of knowledge in, you recognize patterns that allow you to solve problems that create value for other people. And that makes you perceived as pretty good at minimum to someone that knows nothing or knows less than you. And there's certain things in our lives that we're experts in. Like for me, my expertise is in video strategy. But your expertise might be in trade shows, or it might be in product design, or advertising, or helping people get through a rough time. You're an expert in something, and you become that expert through pattern recognition. And in order to have pattern recognition, you have to make observations, and you have to make a lot of the same observation for it to become a pattern. And when you recognize that pattern, you could solve it, become an expert, things like that. In order to get those enough observations of something to make it a pattern, you have to niche down, and you have to understand what your niche is. So for example, like me, my pattern recognition of where businesses are struggling is derived from recognizing that their messaging isn't getting out there to the world. That's a pattern I've recognized by niching down to what I'm doing today. And my niche is, instead of making video marketing content for the top of the funnel, I do it on the bottom of the sales funnel and make the defensive play first before we expand upwards. You see what I'm saying? So now when people look at me, I'm not just a video guy. I'm somebody that solves real problems and raises conversion rates with what I do. There's a lot of, it's not unorthodox to have somebody change their business model after talking to me, and changing their approach and how they tackle problems. If you're one of these people, like, leave a comment down below. That is what you need to become for your business. Somebody that recognizes patterns for your clients and helps them. That's going to be the first step of becoming an expert. Now, what you need to do is you need to bottle up those expertise bits, those pattern recognition bits, and you need to ship them out into the world. You need to just give them away for free online on social media, the Gary Vaynerchuk way, the influencer way. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving away free knowledge. Literally, I don't need to help anyone. If everyone just followed my advice from these videos, the world would be a better place. But the thing is, a lot of people need a lot of hand-holding. So that's why you and I are in the service businesses and why we're helping people, because a lot of people don't have the time and have more money than time to solve those problems. That's what keeps us employed. What we all do is very doable and very achievable. And I think that I'm in the position now where people respect me because I put my knowledge out there, and it makes them think, even if it's just for 5 minutes. It makes them think, and hopefully that adjusts the way that they conduct their day afterwards. If you could do that and put your knowledge out into the world on a consistent basis, you're going to gain a reputation, which then makes you a thought leader, and then that's where respect comes from. And that's how you become an industry leader. It's that simple. Recognizing patterns and then addressing those patterns publicly. It's two things. It's not difficult. You could do it the way I do it with a nice microphone, but what I do isn't even that fancy. You see, like the temperature, the exposure change in this shot. It's because I'm using natural sunlight. I'm not even using real lights in this room because I'm just like, I have the window. I don't care about setting up a light. I just want to share my knowledge. Do it on your phone. Share your knowledge on your phone. It doesn't have to be fancy. The content just has to help one person, and make sure that person is the right person. And if that's you, I want to hear from you down in the comments below, because I want to know I had that impact, because there's nothing more validating than knowing that something I said resonated with someone. It's a shocker to me every day when somebody tells me that. Anyway, thanks guys. I hope this helps out. If you have any comments, leave them down below or message me.